how corrupt the world is. Let me give you a thought experiment. Let's imagine there were 5 marbles, and these marbles allowed you to get anything in the world you wanted. You could trade these marbles for anything, for a yacht, for a jet, for love, for power, and you wanted to steal some. Well, you'd probably steal one of the marbles, maybe 2. You can't steal too many because there's only 5 marbles, and if you steal too many of the marbles, people are going to realize they've gone missing. Now imagine you could print the marbles from thin air. They had the same power. You could use them and exchange them for anything you wanted. You could control the world with these marbles, and you could print them from thin air. And nobody's gonna know how many you steal, because nobody knows how many there are, because you can print them from the sky. How many would you steal? How much would you take? How many inventive, creative ways would you come up with to find a reason to give yourself more of these marbles you've printed from the sky? It is so much worse than you can possibly imagine. By my estimates, and I know people who know people, I've been around, at least half of the money that is being printed by the government, the money that you owe taxes to repay, the money that is being printed that is inflating your currency, at least half of it is stolen. Minimum half is stolen. And you're sitting there working a job going, how do the people get these yachts? How do people get to live this life? Because they steal it. There is no way you're going to earn enough money to have a good life anymore. It's impossible to do now. It's impossible to earn your way out. It's impossible to save your way out. How are you going to fucking save your way out when your money loses 10% of its value every single year, and your taxes go up every single year, and your costs go up every single year? You work your ass off like a fucking slave, and then you manage to save up $10,000, $20,000, and the year later it's worth 10% less, and your taxes have gone up, and the prices have gone up. And you're supposed to, what, save your way out of the mess you're in? It is so fucking done. And while you're doing that, they're just printing money from the sky. And they ain't printing 10,000, they ain't printing 20,000, they're printing 10 or 20 billion. Billion. Sending it off to some far-flung war or some very important concern. Why do they care so much about sending our money overseas? I mean, if I wanted to steal money from the American government, and I did a deal with someone in a faraway country and said, I'll send you loads of money, will you give me some of it back? Well, free money for everyone, sure. Is that too complicated to comprehend? Is that beyond the realms of possibility? It is so monumentally fucked. And I thank the Lord that I'm rich. Because if I wasn't rich, I would be so mad. If I didn't have all my money, I'd be so mad. I made it out. I managed to dedicate myself, launched the largest online educational platform on the planet, and became a billionaire. So I'm rich. So to me, this is all entertaining. But if I was a normal person working a normal job, paying normal taxes, I would be fucking enraged. I would be enraged. In fact, I'm more enraged than most of you anyway, and none of this even affects me. Guys, my brand is built on telling you the truth. When I'm in the rooms with the people who have the money, and I'm in rooms you're never going to be in, I'm telling you, everybody understands what's going on. The Titanic has hit the iceberg, and basically, people are running around, grabbing gold, grabbing watches, and raiding the safes before it sinks. It is over. Get rich and get out. You do not have time to sit around and plan. You do not have time for a 4-year degree. You do not have time to sit and think it's going to be better later or we'll vote our way out of this. All that's long gone. You need to get rich today. Your options to getting rich today are a brand new wealth creation method that you've never heard of before. I will teach you at Join the Real World. I will teach you and tell you about things you've never heard of that will pay you money. Brand new ways to make money. That's one of your options. Second option is gambling. You can gamble on crypto or on the casino. Maybe you get rich. Third option is rob a bank, because the traditional option of buy a home ain't gonna work. Go to university ain't gonna work. Get a promotion at your job ain't gonna work. Nothing's gonna work. So either you go to the casino and gamble everything you've got, you gamble everything you got on crypto, you try and win the lottery, or you learn something brand new. And if you're not prepared to learn something brand new to escape the guaranteed serfdom, the guaranteed slavery, which has been bestowed upon you and your eternal bloodline, then perhaps you deserve to stay fucking poor.